Yes, that's right. I bought 44 pounds of pure protein isolate. Why, you may ask? Because I'm really freaking tired of overpaying for low quality whey protein that's filled and packed with fillers.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
That's too damn bad!
I really weighed the pros and cons of buying bulk whey protein, and really I could only find 3 downsides. One being that you have to buy 44 pounds of it. There's no way to order 1 or 2 or 5 pounds like normal whey protein. The second thing is you can't just click and buy it like on Amazon. Because you're ordering it straight from the manufacturer, you're pretty much ordering it straight from the people that milk these cows. It can be a bit cumbersome to order it, but later in this video, I'll go through my process and show you guys how I did it. And then 3, the whey protein I bought is protein isolate and it's unflavored. So for me, I don't really care because I drink protein shakes for the gains. I don't really care what it tastes like. I'm mixing it with water and I chug it. So if you're okay with those downsides, I would look into ordering this bulk protein like I did. At the end of the day, you're gonna save a lot of money. So I used to buy my protein on myprotein.com. So I would wait for the 50% off sales and then I would order 5-6 bags of the protein and then just consume it throughout the year. But recently it feels like their prices have just been going up and up, and myprotein.com has felt more like a marketing company over an actual protein company. So you really can't beat this 90% whey protein isolate that I ordered. Because you're ordering it straight from a manufacturer, you know you're getting good quality ingredients and there's no fillers. I emailed the sales associate and he sent me the nutritional facts for this specific whey protein isolate I ordered. And as you can see, it's a very high quality whey protein. Very low in carbs, which is what you want. And because you're ordering it straight from the manufacturer, you're also getting market value price of the whey protein. So that's literally the cheapest whey protein you're gonna be able to get because you're ordering it straight from the people that milk the cows. And lastly, because I order it from Dana Foods, they literally packaged it like a few days before I ordered it. So I know I'm getting newer supply and not old stock of old stale whey protein that they've had. It's brand new whey protein that they've just packaged and it shipped right to my door in like 2 or 3 days. So let's go over a little bit of the pricing of whey protein. So I made this Excel sheet when I was trying to figure out what was the best value whey protein that I could get. So let's kind of go over my results and what I found was to be the best. So the first thing you're gonna wanna think about when you're deciding on what whey protein you want is whether you want whey protein concentrate or whey protein isolate. The whey protein concentrate is usually around 80% versus the isolate, which is gonna be around 90%. So the benefits of the isolate is gonna be, it's gonna have less carbs and less fat and more actual protein versus the concentrate, which will have more fat, more carbs, and a little bit less protein. The only pro of the whey protein concentrate is it's gonna be cheaper versus the isolate. Okay, now let's go into kind of the numbers that I have found. So a lot of these numbers I found are from different sites. A lot of them are from Amazon. I kind of just searched for the cheapest proteins that I could find on Amazon. Some other ones such as MyProtein. This is the MyProtein concentrate or isolate with a 50% off coupon. I use that price because that's the price that I was buying these proteins at before. So what I usually do is wait for them to have the 50% off coupon or sale, and that's when I would scoop up these whey proteins from their site. That's what I used to do. Also, the Costco price, that is what people online are saying that they've gotten it at Costco from. I don't have a Costco membership, so I use this price. And then most of the other ones are from Amazon that I just found from the Amazon search. And then I have a few suppliers that sell it in bulk. So the first one's gonna be Dana Foods, which is the one that I actually purchased my whey protein isolate from. The other one is gonna be Dairy Sales. This is someone who sells this whey protein on eBay. And then some other bulk ones are Bongards Isolate. Bongards, they're the company that sells the isolate, and they're similar to Dana Foods where they're a manufacturer. I just found their prices to be a little more. They only sell isolate, and their Whey Protein Isolate was 50 cents more per pound, so I decided to go with Dana Foods. The other options were bulk supplements. They were more expensive, and the other downside was that they required you to spend at least $500 if you wanted to purchase from their website. So what I concluded was that for price per gram, Dana Foods was the cheapest for both whey protein concentrate and whey protein isolate. So I ended up getting the Dana Foods whey protein isolate because it was the most value for the money. As you can see here, I bought the Dana Foods whey protein isolate for $483 for 44 pounds, and that included the $43.69 of shipping. Something to keep in mind is when I actually bought it from Dana Foods, there's no tax. So that's one of the benefits of buying directly from the manufacturer. The other thing you need to keep in mind when you're buying from the manufacturer is you're buying it at market price. So when I bought it, I got a quote from the salesman at $10 per pound. This doesn't mean that you'll be able to get $10 per pound. Because it's from the manufacturer, this is market price. It could fluctuate, it could go up or down depending on when you get the quote from the salesman. So keep in mind that this is not a set price and it does fluctuate. And then lastly, I kind of just want to go over my Excel sheet to kind of explain what's going on here. So I have the price that you can buy each of these proteins for. I'll put the weight and then the weight per pound. Like I said, don't look into the price per pound too much because this doesn't matter too much. It's more about the price per gram of actual protein. And then I'll look on the nutritional values of each of these proteins to see how much is in one serving of how much they consider to be one serving for them and how much protein is in that single serving. And then I'll calculate the total protein of that entire bag or box of protein for each of the ones I bought it for. And then I'll calculate how much you pay for 25 grams of protein, which is typically the normal amount for one serving. And then from that, I'll calculate the price for one singular gram of protein, which is going to be the best value to look at when you're trying to see which one has the best value protein, which ended up being for the protein isolate Dana Foods at 2.7 cents for 1 gram of protein for the isolate and 2.1 cents for the Dana Foods whey protein concentrate. And then these last two values are just for me. That's how much I would be spending per month and per year on protein. This is a good kind of baseline to use to kind of see how much proteins are going to cost you and to kind of compare between buying bulk or just buying smaller bags of whey protein. And lastly, since I did buy it directly from Dana Foods, I'm gonna go through how I bought it from Dana Foods. It's not like Amazon where you can just click and buy the bulk whey protein. You have to talk to an actual salesman. So here's the Dana Foods website. You can see what products they have. They sell a bunch of dairy products, but the two main ones you're gonna wanna look at are whey protein isolate and whey protein concentrate. Something to keep in mind when you're buying bulk whey protein is make sure it is instantized or else it won't mix with water. Instantized means that it's just easily mixed with waters, which is what you want when you're trying to drink these for protein shakes. From the Dana Foods website and online, I was able to find the salesman that you can contact to buy whey protein from. And that turned out to be Brandon. Brandon, and I have his email here, brandon@danafoods.com. This is who I directly contacted to talk about and to purchase the whey protein from. So pretty much I sent him this email asking him to give me a quote on his whey protein concentrate and isolate and a quote on how much it would cost to ship directly to my house. What he sent back was the whey protein isolate was $10 per pound, which was the cheapest I was able to find from all of the bulk suppliers. And the whey protein concentrate was $6.50 per pound. It's actually better value to get the concentrate. I just wanted the isolate personally because it had less carbs and fat. I have minor problems with lactose, and they say it should be better for people who are lactose intolerant because it filters out more of the lactose in the process, turning the concentrate into isolate. And then he gave me a shipping quote from Dana Foods, which is in Wisconsin, to Louisville, Kentucky. The shipping turned out to be $43.69 for a total price of $483.69. So I'd say that's not too bad for literally 44 pounds of whey protein isolate. If you want to buy from Bongards, the other bulk supplier, you would go through the same process. On their website, I think they have the email address for their salesperson. I contacted her also, but their prices were 50 cents more, so I ended up going with Dana Foods. And then also Brandon Hodge here, he was super nice to work with when I was emailing him. I was able to buy it in like maybe 20 minutes just emailing him back and forth. And then later on, I even asked him about the nutritional value so I could use for this YouTube video, and he sent me those right away too. So shout out to Brandon Hodge, he's a great guy. And for them to sell to just single people like me, that's really cool of them to do, because it probably takes a lot of time for them to just ship out individual bags of whey protein when they're sending out like hundreds of these to different people. So shout out to Brandon Hodge. Super cool of them to sell to individual people. Here we have the 20 kilograms of whey protein isolate that I got from Dana Foods. I ordered it during lunch and then it arrived 2 days later, so the shipping was really fast and they shipped it out literally the same day that I ordered the protein. And I'm really glad they put it in this nice box, because I actually ordered some bulk oat flour once and they slapped a label right on the bag. So I'm glad they put it in this nice box. Let's unbox it. I'm gonna try to be careful so I don't puncture the bag. Here we go. Oh man, this thing's as big as me. Here it is. That is 20 kilograms of pure whey protein isolate. Because the bulk whey protein came in just one giant bag, I ended up getting these containers. They're 10-liter containers. They're meant for rice or flour, but I'm gonna end up using it for whey protein. I like that it has a little door so I can easily scoop out whey protein, and then it has a little compartment here where I can put silica desiccant just to keep the whey protein dry. I got 4 of them. Hopefully that should be enough. Another alternative is a lot of people end up just buying 5-gallon food grade buckets and then they'll just store the protein in there. That's probably a cheaper option, but it's a lot harder to store because the bucket is so big. So this is a good alternative, and you can get it on Amazon. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill these up with the bulk whey protein, and then we'll do a little taste test and see how the protein isolate tastes. So I severely underestimated how much room this whey protein isolate would actually take up. So each one of these containers I was only able to really put in maybe 8 to 10 pounds. So I think I'm gonna end up getting a 5-gallon bucket just to put the extra whey protein in, and then when I run out, I'll refill these smaller containers. If I was you, I would probably get 2 of these smaller containers just to keep in your kitchen, and then put the rest in 1 or 2 5-gallon buckets, and then just refill your smaller containers as needed. All right, let's do a taste test to see how this whey protein isolate 90% tastes. I'm gonna do 1 scoop. So 1 scoop is about 30 grams, and let's fill it up with 6 ounces of water. All right, let's see how well it mixes up. Give it a little shake. It kind of looks like egg whites mixed with water. It's very foamy compared to normal whey protein. Let's give it a taste. All right, so this is 1 scoop of protein, 30 grams, and 6 ounces of water. Here's what it looks like. It kind of looks like egg whites, and honestly, it kind of tastes like egg whites too. It tastes like watered down egg whites. So if you're able to drink egg whites, then I'd say you'd be okay with drinking this also. It's not good, but it's not offensive either. So definitely something that you could drink every day, but it's not gonna taste better than most whey proteins. It's also not like, I've had some whey proteins where they just tasted bad, very chemically, way too sweet. This one's just okay. I would be okay with drinking this every day. So would I recommend this to people? I'd say if you want something palatable and something that tastes good, this is definitely not for you. I think a good litmus test is if you're okay with drinking egg whites, you would be okay with drinking this also. I already bought 44 pounds of it, so I'm gonna drink it anyways, whether I like it or not. I'm just gonna chug it every day and get my cheap source of protein. So what are my final thoughts on the whey protein isolate I got from Dana Foods? The first thing I really like about it is it actually seems to mix very well with any kind of liquid relative to the previous whey proteins that I've had. So I've been using like half the amount of water or half the amount of liquid, and I've had no problems mixing it with water or other liquids like oat milk. If I were to rate the flavor of the whey protein isolate when I mix it with water, I would probably, from a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst thing I've ever tasted and 10 being the best thing I've ever tasted, and maybe like 5 being water, I'd probably give the whey protein isolate mixed with water a 4. So I'd probably prefer drinking water over it, but it's also bearable. Like, I don't mind drinking it. But recently I've been mixing the whey protein isolate with oat milk, and pretty much when I mix it with oat milk, it just tastes like oat milk. Like, I don't taste any of the whey protein isolate at all. So if I mix it with oat milk, I'd probably give that maybe a 6 rating, where if I were to rank oat milk would also be a 6 because they taste pretty similar to me. So that's a good alternative. If you don't really like the taste of mixing it directly with water, I've really enjoyed mixing it with oat milk. Who would I recommend this whey protein isolate for? If you're someone like me who's frugal and likes to cut costs on things that don't matter to them, for me, I don't care what my whey protein tastes like. I'm chugging it and I get it over with and I drink it for the gains. So if it tastes bad, if I'm saving money doing it, then it's worth it for me. If that's also worth it for you, then this is a good consideration for an easy way to save money, just buying something in bulk and buying it straight from the manufacturer. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe. I'm gonna be coming out with more videos about my home gym. I'm gonna be reviewing equipment in it, and I'm gonna show you other ways that you can save money through having a home gym or other aspects of having a home gym. And then I'm gonna continue to have weekly and monthly home gym deals coming out, so stay tuned. Thank you.